You're watching WIS News 10 Sunrise with Len Keys, Mary King, First Alert meteorologist Ben Tanner, and Tim Miller with traffic.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for waking up with Sunrise. I'm Len Keys.
And I'm Mary King. It is 5:30 on this chilly Wednesday morning. It's November 13th, and winter weather made an early and rare appearance in the Carolinas Tuesday night. Charlotte, North Carolina was turned into a temporary winter wonderland, and residents in the western part of the state also saw the season's first snow Tuesday evening. And finally, people in Union County, South Carolina, saw a snow flurry or two as well.
And right here in the Midlands, we saw snow. First Alert meteorologist Ben Tanner is with us this morning to tell you more about this early winter weather. And News 10's Katie McKee tells us about power outages and the effects you're seeing out there this morning. And Tim Miller standing by with an eye on the roads for you this morning. But first, cheers to you, Tim. Let's head over to Tim and Ben first with your forecast.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it. Good morning to you. Let me take you back to 5:30 yesterday. Here's the front in the upstate, moving its way into the northern counties, and there's the changeover that started to occur at around 8, 9 o'clock. Northern parts of Lexington and Richland counties, extending right up across Fairfield into Chester. Some heavier snow where there was even a little bit of a dusting in parts of Fairfield County. Advancing forward, there's 10:55, quickly winding down, but wasn't it fun? I know Joe Penner is proud this morning, as that certainly is a surprise in November, not completely unheard of. We'll have some statistics on that coming up. Did want to touch on the current temperatures right now. It's in the upper 20s. Winnsboro, we're 31 in Columbia, 30 in St. Matthews, 29 in Sumter, the mid-30s as you head down to the coast, and it's still breezy. Not as windy. Lake wind advisory has been canceled by the Weather Service, but at times we'll get a gust up to 5-10 miles per hour, and that's making it feel like it's in the 20s outside, as the temperatures are a good 10-15 degrees colder now than they were yesterday at this time. Today's highs, upper 40s, right around 50 in Columbia, 51 in Sumter, and 48 in Winnsboro. You know who is out in the elements this morning? Katie McKee. Katie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Ben. I'm still trying to figure out why the weatherman is not stuck out here in the cold like I am. But hey, I don't mind because it kind of reminds me of home. I'm from Ohio, so I didn't even get to see the snow last night, and I didn't even know it snowed this morning. However, I'm sure some of you at home definitely felt it. Now, last night, high wind gusts knocked out power for hundreds of people in the Midlands. At one point in Richland County, more than 640 people lost power, and in Lexington, more than 230, and in Newberry, just over 120. However, as of right now, according to SDNG's website, it looks like there are no power outages in Lexington and Newberry. They've all been restored. However, there are still almost 100 outages in Richland County. We also posted on our Facebook page asking anyone out there if they've experienced a loss of power this morning, and the mayor of Chapin, Stan Shealy, says the town of Chapin lost power this morning as well. Well, as you can see, this car behind me's got some definite ice on it, and I'll tell you, I had to scrape my car for the first time this morning in the last 2 years that I've lived here. But folks, it's definitely worth it to take that extra moment to scrape your windshields and make sure that you're getting to work safe, to avoid any difficulties on the roadways. And for traffic, we're going to toss over to Mr. Tim Miller. Tim?
Katie, thank you. You look warm out there.
I'm actually not too bad.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep tabs on it for sure this morning. And with traffic, we'll get right to DOT cameras this morning. And Katie's right. You want to make sure you scrape your windows obviously for safety reasons, but also it's the law as well. You know, sometimes you see people scrape this little hole and they try to look out the window of the car. That's illegal, so you need to be careful that you can get a ticket. I don't want you to get a ticket. More importantly, I want you to be safe. If you see anything you think we should be aware of, hashtag WIS Traffic with Twitter. We'll be more than happy to pass it along to everyone this morning. There's 26 and 20 near Malfunction Junction. That's functioning smoothly. Had a great time last night on our Facebook page talking to viewers about all the snow and some of the snow they weren't seeing. Windy conditions this morning, not nearly as windy as last night, but still that may be a factor this morning. 277 into Bull Street, 8 minutes to Bull and Gervais, not a problem there. State Pond Road to UG, 18 minutes along Charleston Highway at 321. Our final stop takes us off to 378, the east side of town. This is from 601 McCourts Ferry Road into town to 77. It's a 23-minute jaunt on Garner's Ferry to 77 this morning. We'll continue to watch traffic for you throughout the morning as you head off to work and school. More news now. We'll send it back to Mary and Lynn.
All right, Tim, well, the pace of relief operations in the Philippines is now picking up. Aviation authorities have reopened 2 more airports allowing for more aid flights. Thousands of people are waiting to get out of the country while hundreds are flocking to Tacloban Airport looking for medical care. Initial estimates of the death toll were up to 10,000, but now the president of the country believes the number is closer to 2,500. Typhoon Haiyan has left thousands homeless, desperate for food and drinking water. Also, Time Warner is offering its customers free phone calls to the Philippines. Calls placed by its home phone and business service customers will be free through November 30th. Customers who make calls to the Philippines during this time do not need to make any changes to their accounts. In addition, digital TV subscribers can watch the Filipino channel for free through November 15th.
This morning, there are even more questions surrounding the shooting involving former Gamecock football player Kenny Miles. In a news conference Tuesday, Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott revealed that Miles actually shot himself in the arm last week and that no one else was involved.
He filed a false police report with us, the official report that we did a very intense investigation on, wasted a lot of manpower, a lot of time on. I hope the courts ruled that he will reimburse the Sheriff's Department and taxpayers of Richland County for the time and effort that we put in it on something that was not true.
Well, the sheriff says Miles will also face charges in connection to the incident. Miles issued a statement through his attorney apologizing and saying he made a mistake by not being upfront about how that shooting happened.
Today, the man who died after crossing the finish line at a marathon in Savannah over the weekend will be laid to rest. Jake Zeman's funeral will be today at 3 o'clock at Shandon United Methodist Church. Zeman's obituary says he died of an unsuspected heart condition. He was just 35 years old. Happening today, Food Lion will be donating $2,000 to the Harvest Hope Food Bank, which provides meals for struggling Midlands families. By the end of the year, Food Lion expects to donate 1.1 million pounds of food to various food banks across the Carolinas. Today's dedication will take place at 11 at the Food Lion on Hardin Street.
New on Sunrise, the first tower at the new World Trade Center site will officially open today after 5 years of construction. 4 World Trade Center is almost ready for tenants. It is 2.5 million square feet and stands in the shadow of One World Trade Center, New York's tallest building. The entire structure of the building is designed with many more safety features and emergency protections than the original World Trade Center. And now, for the first time, people can freely walk around part of the site. Tenants are expected to move in next year.
It'd be amazing to see in person.
Yeah, I get to see that progress too. Well, still to come on Sunrise, what do you think is the most talked about in the world?
It can be a person, a thing, an idea, all happening on the web, of course. That's how we all talk, communicate these days.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to tell you which one is the most talked about online after the break.
How about this cool picture? Caroline Bryson from the snow last night up in Winsboro. It was brief, but it sure was fun. Another shot, Connor's first snow. Francis Thayer up in Elgin. Back with your forecast for a record-breaking low, perhaps. Stay with us.
30% off new 2013 Ford F-150.